Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Zach with Zach Attack Cards. And I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, and anything else that you may celebrate. Today is going to be our holiday video. We've already opened these things. Definitely check out the reviews if you're still looking at picking this stuff up. But we're going to go ahead and just have a good time, talk some baseball, talk some holidays, and just, as I've always tried to say, our videos are just for fun, and that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully with our new setup here, we'll be able to see a little bit more of the advent calendar, and then we're going to go ahead and open up a mega box and just see if we can get anything interesting. I've opened, I think, 4 of these at this point, and then just 1 advent calendar. So let's see what we can pull out of this bad boy. We'll start with the calendar. Massive. It's something that doesn't quite present itself so well when it comes to the videos. Obviously it being an advent calendar makes sense why it's so large, but it's just a little bit difficult to fit into a video. But here's what it looks like. It looks like your standard advent calendar. So one thing to keep an eye on for if this is something you're looking for, and I can kind of judge a little bit better based on how we're doing here. So you open up these little things just like any advent calendar, and these guys are actually held in here by 2 little plastic kind of, not sure what the term is, that kind of like fasten them in there. And there's a definite chance that you're going to bend the cards when pulling these out. So what I find the best thing to do is to just kind of open up one of the middle ones and then tear through the center. And then what you can do is you can just kind of open it up like this. Granted, it's not pretty, and of course if you're opening it like a standard advent calendar, this is not the way you want to go. But once you can do that, then you can kind of get your hands underneath and pull these out. And then they're not quite as bent. As you can see, doesn't seem to be any indent there. So just a little trick. And of course you have your evergreen pack, which has the tree looking cards in it, I guess, or whatever you want to call them. But man, this is just the best time of year, isn't it? We're getting hit with tons and tons of baseball releases, which is kind of a double-edged sword, because obviously I think most of us are spending a lot of our money on Christmas, and rightfully so. You know, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has several people to buy for. So it's a little bit difficult to go out and buy your, what do we have? Ginter, we have Archives, we have the Chrome update. Ah man, our original pack is an 89 Topps again. That's what we got last time. I still have that, so we're not going to open that. Just be aware, you can get all kinds of interesting things. I haven't seen anything phenomenal in terms of the original packs, so I wouldn't go into this and expect to pull something like a 2018 Topps pack that might have an Ohtani rookie or something like that. I mean, maybe it's possible, but it's not something that I've seen, and certainly not something that I have experienced. So to get these guys on out of here, obviously this video is going to be a little bit longer, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me, but we will certainly try to speed things up a bit as we go. So there we go. That's our empty advent calendar, and now you just have a big piece of garbage to get rid of. So here's all of our quote-unquote standard packs. Now they are 5-card packs, whereas the Mega Box are 10-card packs. And we're going to start with those, and then we are going to move on to the buyback cards, which some people have pulled really cool stuff out of these, and the evergreen pack. So I'll leave those till last. But kicking off, let's see what we can get. Of course, the other cool thing about these is it's the only place to get the plaid parallel. So we got a Matt Strom, Jacob Wilson. It's an excellent one. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. So an excellent one there. But we do have a bit of a line there. I'm not sure if you can see it. So that's a little frustrating. Almost like a little indent or something right around the bottom of his chin. Oh, that's a little frustrating. And then, of course, you also get these from your advent calendars as well. I believe these are also exclusive to these, the Nice List. And we have an Aaron Judge to close it out, so double Judge. You know, lots of people who enjoy Aaron Judge around here, so there you go. Kevin Alcantara, good rookie there. Jung Ho Lee, and we have Yandy Diaz for our plaid. Logan Gilbert, .89 whip, very nice. And Spencer Schwellenbach. Moving along, we have Reese Hines. He was a very touted rookie who didn't end up having a great year, but I think he's somebody that'll come along as time goes. Carlos Correa on our plaid, followed by 15 leadoff home runs, Kyle Schwarber, who re-signed with the Phils, the Big Dumper, and Ian Happ. I wasn't too surprised, honestly, that Schwarber re-signed with the Phils. I think it's an excellent fit for him. And they're definitely a team where he can transition purely to DH, which I think is what he does majority anyways, but Nolan Schanuel. But as happens with most power hitters, eventually you'll need to be a DHer for full-time. Teoscar Hernandez. Tyler Rogers, negative 64 degrees arm angle. Now, they just made that one up because I want to say he's one of the only Submariners left. Ceden Rafaela. Keep her moving. We have Nacho Alvarez Jr. Hayden Birdsong ends up being our first rookie plaid. Maybe we'll stick that there. Paul Skeens, 1.96 earned run average. Your reigning NL Cy Young, Trey Turner and Shea Langoliers. Maybe instead of opening all these little packs one at a time, we'll just go ahead and do our little mega rip style. Try to rip them all open, but what are you guys up to for Christmas? Is it or again, whatever holiday you do celebrate? Personally, I celebrate Christmas, so it's just the one day. And of course, one day off from work, which is always nice, but it's also a busy day off because I end up going to see lots and lots and lots of family. Which is never a bad thing. It's just sometimes can be a little bit tiring with all the driving and such. So that'll take place basically after work on Christmas Eve, and then heading back home on Christmas Day, because also got to work the day after Christmas. But Christmas for me always brings, you know, great family and great food, so that's something that I am definitely looking forward to. And of course, we got some football this year, so I don't recall if there has been football on Christmas the last couple of years. It's not exactly something that I focus on. I save football more so, I associate football more often with Thanksgiving. So if it's been on Christmas the last couple of years, I may very well have missed it. But I believe Netflix this year has 2 or 3 games. So something to watch if you don't happen to celebrate Christmas or you're a family who really enjoys football. I believe my beloved Cowboys are playing, although not really playing for anything now that we've been eliminated from playoff contention. And there we go. So let's go ahead and go through these. Jhonkensy Noel, who I can't believe has been, I think he was released by the Guardians, but I think he's a guy that somebody will pick up. Kumar Rocker, Ooh, another rookie plaid, Dustin Harris. 58 home runs, Mr. Judge. Augustin Ramirez, Wyatt Langford on the cup. Corbin Carroll on the plaid. We have Matt Chapman, 7.1 WAR. I mean, excellent, excellent defensive third baseman. Marcelo Meyer and Christian Campbell, two excellent Red Sox rookies, who I think will help them win for years to come. We have Zach Wheeler and Chris Sale there. So, interesting there. I guess we didn't get an insert or whatever, but moving on, Zach Veen. That's a very good rookie plaid. Ryan Helsley. We got Vladdy Jr., Jose Altuve, Darren Baker. Forgetting where my piles are. Luis Angel Acuna. So already doing better on the rookie plaids than I did the first time. 2.39 ERA, Tarek Skubal. Still will be interesting to see if he gets traded somewhere along the way. And lots of rumors and such, but I don't see it happening personally unless some team is willing to give up a massive amount of young capital, whether that be picks or, guys in their farm system. And I think Detroit has every right to request that because he's just incredible. He's an absolutely incredible pitcher. Back-to-back Cy Young winners. I mean, that should tell you just about enough. Framber. Looks like he's going to end up landing with the Mets. But still holding out hope that maybe my O's are able to sign him. But another thing to keep in mind about these, and again, if you watched my previous review video, then you already know this, but you don't, at least I didn't get any. I don't believe you get short prints from the advent calendars. I think they specialize in the plaid parallels and the nice list inserts. Pete Alonso, welcome to Baltimore, baby. I'm loving that. I think he's going to add quite a bit of good old pizzazz to my Baltimore lineup. Corbin Carroll there. Big G. Adrian Del Castillo. Real Muto. There's some interesting thoughts behind whether or not the Phillies are going to try and make a play for Adley Rutschman and instead of re-signing Real Muto. I don't know. Definitely an upgrade in the age department, but after the year that Adley had, I'm not so sure that my team can secure too much in return. Lawrence Butler on the plaid. Bobby Witt Jr. There's Mr. Sugano. PCA. Matt Chapman. Luke Keyshaw, another nice plaid. Mr. Witt. Alcantara. Juan Soto. Class A. There's my man Gunner. 9.1 WAR. He's a beast, man. You put him with Alonso, and I think that's a scary lineup. And then add in everybody else, obviously. Jackson Chourio. Ezekiel Tovar. Class A. Getting down to the end here. Seiya Suzuki on the plaid. Might be the last plaid. Another Shohei. Westberg and Nick York. So that is the last plaid. But I think we did pretty good, man. Keyshaw's a nice one. Acuna's a pretty good one. Veen probably the best. And even Birdsong showed some pretty strong stuff last year. So let's see. Here we go. Ooh, we got a Jacob Wilson evergreen. There we go. We'll take that. Hyesung Kim. So a couple rookies. And Justin Verlander, future Hall of Famer there. So a couple of rookies this time on the evergreens. Last time we opened these, I ended up with just three veterans. I think it was Judge. I can't remember the other two. But lastly, for this part of the video, we have the buybacks, which last time were super uneventful, although I really enjoyed the 1990 Jose Canseco. We have a Chasing History Lou Brock. So for those that don't know, these are original cards that are supposedly bought back. This one's got a heck of a ding on the corner. And then they stamped this little Topps Originals Christmas ball on there or whatever. So, interesting. That was a nice insert set. I really enjoyed that in 2013. So, and lastly, let's see what this one ends up being. Last time I ended up with like a 22 Bowman Miggy, which I thought was... Oh, and we're going to end up with pretty much the same, except Pete Alonso. I mean, I'll take it now that he's an Oriole. Oh, no, 23 Pete Alonso. So, my boxes really weren't super eventful in terms of, you know, crazy value or whatever. But once again, that's not really the kind of thing that I'm into it for. Is that? That's probably not proper English, but whatever. I prefer to, I'm a collector, as I've said numerous times before. So let's go ahead and move these guys out of the way since we won't be getting any more of these. And we'll move on to the Mega Box. Appreciate you guys hanging in there. As I said, this is not going to be a short video because this is just the kind of thing that I like to do each year. Just have a little bit of a celebration for the holiday. And let's see who is our ornament this time. Oh, let's get the packs out first. And the ornament is Roki Sasaki. There we go. So not bad. Definitely better than the duplicates, because I've got a couple Kumar Rockers, Babe Ruth. Oh, and yeah, the Ace Baileys from the basketball ones. So nice to get one that's not a duplicate at least. So, and all the packs, looks like it. Let's get some more trash out of the way. And we're gonna get rolling. So no stocking stuffers, no stocking stuffer packs. I don't know how difficult they were to pull, but interesting. In the 4, I think, that I opened, I think it was 4. I did not get any of those. So consider yourself lucky if you did. Corbin Carroll's our first short print. See the lights there. And then, of course, the number on the bottom is different as well. And we have Matt Olson, Zach Wheeler, Chris Sale, JT Realmuto, PCA, Brent Rooker. There's Ben Rice for our first rookie. Taylor Ward, who's also now an Oriole. And Zebby Matthews. So another guy, sounds like the idea might be for him to hit towards the top of the lineup for my team, which I am okay with, because he definitely brings along some decent power. 25 home runs last year, 14, 23, so Orioles are looking like we got a nice lineup. I think it's just a matter of I need more. I definitely would like more pitching before the offseason comes to a close. I don't think our deal for Shane Baz is the big-time needle mover, but I think he could be a very solid, maybe 3 or 4, something like that. Zach DeCenzo and Perdomo. Oops, is there another one there? Yes, there is. Our first gray parallel, Carlos Correa. So yeah, I think you get maybe 6 of those, if I'm remembering right. Shohei kicking us off. And then, ooh, a Christmas cookie Shohei. That's an excellent one. Very nice. I'm going to take a hot second just to throw that in a sleeve. At the very least. Very nice. No other, you know, differences. I mean, the number might be different. Let me see here. 26, yeah, 28. So it does have a different number as well, but other than that, it's really just a Christmas cookie in the background there. Altuve, Darren Baker. There's the other Shohei. So popular, they stuck him in the set twice. Kikuchi, Marcelo Meyer, it's a nice one, and Christian Campbell. So there you go, back to back once again. But a little bit of channel news as well. I don't think I'm going to be bringing any Topps Chrome update to the channel because it's just ridiculously outside my what you call it? There's Nick Kurtz. It's just ridiculously outside what I want to pay. You know, $40. And you know what? I think, honestly, looking at the way or what they're doing with basketball, I think that next year you're going to see those same prices apply to baseball. I mean, I could be wrong. I'd love to be wrong, but I'm not sure that I am. Kumar Rocker on the gray. Not bad. I'm betting Chrome and Chrome Update will be $50 a blaster, and I forget, was it $80 or something like that for a mega box? Mookie, our next short print. So it's just one of those things where I think I'm going to stick to singles. Because as much as I like opening product, I really don't want to open up a blaster for $50 and end up with next to nothing to show for it. You know, at those prices, I'm definitely looking for some sort of hit. And we all know that they guarantee you very little in the way of hits. It's really just some parallels and stuff like that. Austin Wells. But I think that's been the idea all along with all these different programs and stuff that they've created. It's so that they can charge these somewhat outlandish prices and, you know, kind of get away with it without, you know, too much pushback, just because, you know, they're saying, oh, you can, you know, we have our buyback program and parallels and yada, yada, yada. So I'll be sticking to singles personally. Those of you that want to open the product, more power to you, and I hope that you do very well. I really do. I just there's definitely a part of me that hopes the pricing backfires on Topps and Fanatics as well. I know personally, the last time I was at my local Walmart here, which was just a few days ago, the Topps Chrome basketball looked like it was just sitting there, like there was a lot on the shelf. Rafi Devers is our light blue. And then, of course, we're going to get a foil blue. But I'll hop off my soapbox now, or whatever you want to call it. James Wood, very good. Connor Norby. Max Fried, Bobby Witt. Oh, yep, we got our Chrome as well, and it's Blake Snell to $4.99. I love those, man. And Reese Hines. They look so nice. Although this one's got some line issues. I see two big lines, one right here and one right here. Not sure if you can capture it quite well on the camera, but it's a little bit annoying, but I still like those very much. I think they're pretty darn cool. And that's what I've gotten in every box, actually. I haven't gotten any of the Santa short prints this year. Haven't gotten any, any relics. So, I don't know. Hopefully maybe they'll go back to relics next year or I don't know, probably not. But something I can still hope for, right? There's Pete again. Soderstrom. And here's our blue foil. It's Zach Wheeler. Once again, none of these are numbered or anything. Obviously the Chrome is. But nothing else is numbered unless you get like I think there's like purple and things like that. Definitely go back and check out the basketball holiday opening. So I got a relic as well as a card numbered to 99, so you can kind of see what they look like, because obviously it's the exact same type of card. Like it looks, the purple that I pulled is basically this, just numbered in purple. Grant McCray, Walker Buehler, Mr. Tatis, Colton Cowser, O'Neal Cruz, The Martian, Justin Henry Malloy, Evan Carter, Cole Ragans, and our final card of the rip, Hayden Birdsong. All right, cool. So a couple of rookie grays on that one, not bad. It's still fun stuff, you know what I mean? And it's still relatively affordable. You can find the mega boxes for $30, 30 to 35, depending on where you get it from. The advent calendars are a little more expensive. They're like $50, somewhere in that range. I think the advent calendars are better left to being advent calendars than they are, you know, to open up. Although the plaids are very nice. I mean, I'm a sucker for green personally, so. But anyway, you want my full thoughts on it, go check out my reviews, of course. And last thing is, of course, well, before we get to our regular closing here, is I again want to wish you guys a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, a happy Hanukkah, any and all holidays that you celebrate this time of year. I hope you have a wonderful time with friends and family. Eat some fantastic food, and that's really it. I mean, what more can you ask for, right? That's a good time in my book. So with that said, I'm going to wrap things up here. So if you've enjoyed this, head down below, click the subscribe button, click the like while you're there. We do all kinds of openings like this. And we do reviews, we do our football card showdown series during the football season. And ultimately, we just try to have a lot of fun on the channel. That's the only thing we aim to do. And I hope that I hope you guys would love to come along for the ride. And that's really all I can say on that, guys. I truly appreciate you guys. The last thing I want to say is the usual close. Thank you guys very, very, very much. As I said, happy holidays to one and all. And I hope that you guys will check my stuff out in the new year as well. That's all I can really do. But thank you to each and every one of you that have checked out my stuff for even a second. I hope that you have a wonderful and merry holiday. And I will catch you guys right back here next Monday. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.